Anyone in WCW you didn't like working with?
Um, well, you know, with WCW, oh my gosh, at that time, like I said, you had the best of the best. I mean, from Europe, Japan, Mexico, of course, the veterans. I really had no complaints of anybody I worked with, been in the ring with in WCW. I mean, I was happy to be there, be part of the family, and uh,
Right.
you know, I'm so many good times. Booker T and Stevie Ray, Harlem Heat. I mean, they were awesome. They're like my older brothers. You know, Booker T was my jump rope buddy before matches. He likes to jump rope, and Stevie Ray kept me entertained. Oh my god.
Great guy.
Oh man. Oh, oh, he's great. But yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. The boys and the girls were always cool. Were always really cool. It was a great time. I always cherish. And of course, being in the ring with Bam Bam Bigelow was a big thrill as well. I had a lot of respect for Bam Bam Bigelow, and at the time I got a chance to work with him in the ring. It was kind of like, I don't know, weird, but it was kind of like my WrestleMania moment, if you will, because you know, Bam Bammer's been in there with the best of the best, and
Sure. Yeah.
um, I mean, a funny story, right? With when some of the ECW guys were coming into WCW, you had Raven, the Raven's Flock,
Hmm.
Perry Saturn, which Perry, man, it's got to be one of the toughest dudes I've ever seen. I've seen him one time come come out of while the match was going on. Said he had a hurt shoulder, right? And as he was yelling for coach, the doctor to come check him out. And I guess he was helping somebody else at the time. I remember him pulling the full Mel Gibson lethal weapon deal, ramming his shoulder in place and against the wall, goes back out there and to the ring and finishes the match. I was, man, that's
Oh,
incredible. But just give you an idea how tough that guy is.
yeah.
But I was going to tell you that, yeah. Remember Sandman back when he was Hack,
Sure.
uh, and he was coming in WCW. Well, I was excited to see him, right? But he could. I remember he comes back in the locker room. Turns out they gave him plastic barbed wire, and he was like, "Those this stuffed plastic, right?" And I remember Bammer laughing. I'm saying, "Hey, welcome to WCW, bro."
Yeah.
Oh, those guys are great, man. But yeah, I as far as the boys and girls, man, man, it was such a special time for me. It really was. The only, the only I don't know, only albatrosses I really experienced was basically some people in the office. But that was to be expected, right? But at the time, but I mean, we tried to make anything work that was given to us, despite the too many Chiefs, not of Indian
Right.
deal going on at the time.
Yeah. WCW. I remember. So I live at the time. I lived in Freehold, New Jersey. So I was booked for Philly. So it's a 45-minute ride to Philly. They
Hmm.
sent me a plane ticket to fly. So they sent me a plane ticket to fly to Newark. So I have to drive an hour to Newark to take a plane to get somewhere. It take 45 minutes to drive, but without getting on a plane. Yeah, they had a lot of moments. WCW, huh?
Oh yeah, they would fly me to some towns, right? And I'd get there, and then somebody, I mean, I remember Terry Taylor coming to me one time. Is Terry? What? Terry looks at me. What are you doing here? I said, "You guys sent me a ticket." I mean, oh my gosh, we used to joke around at the time that we would read the news boards
Right.
to know what we're doing that week. The news boards and the internet.
Were you there when Vince Russo was there?
Yes, yes, it sure was.
How'd you all know Russo?
Uh, he had his own way of doing things, right? And I don't know if it was necessarily for the best at the time for the company.
Mhm.
Because I mean, WCW was a whole new breed animal from where he came from with WWE, right? At the time,
Right.
and with WWE, you had McMahon, filtering a lot of the ideas
Right.
as well. I mean, they had like a big round table of people up there, and Vince was the yay or nay man
Right.
at the end, which it worked for them.
Right. Right.
But down when WCW, they were more wrestling based, right? And so I mean, I'm he had good intentions, but I just didn't. Well, as you know, it didn't really. It wasn't as successful as we had hoped. So
Right. Were you there till the end? Till WCW closed?
not too far towards the end. I mean, I remember my contract was up right before the final months.
Rob, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's getting kind of hard to see your face. It's getting a little
Oh,
dark in there. Anyway.
okay.
Whoa! Let there be
Hello.
light. Perfect. Okay.
Hiyo.
Perfect. Perfect. You're
Sorry
saying
about
no, perfect.
that.
The end of WCW.
Must have been eclipse. But yeah, um, my contract had expired, and this was about to start at the point where they're really having financial trouble, and that was a lot of reason why my contract wasn't renewed. And after that, it was really getting rough because they're doing the nitros and thunders tapings in the same night, and just bleeding financially, basically.
Right.
And I know Flair, he was miserable there when all that was going on, and so it was sad, what was happening in his final days, because I would go visit everybody from when I could, and see how everybody was doing, and I mean it was different, it was, I mean, the vibe was different and everything, and um, then it of course eventually got bought out by Vince and everything, but I think I got out right before it really got rough, and which, and it's sad, the way it went down, the way it did. But I'm happy for my brothers and sisters that went on to WWE, made a name for themselves, and did really well. So, but as far as my time at WCW, I'll always cherish it, and it's great, and it's great that WWE has the footage from back then, and people can go back and relive it on Peacock and everything. So, and WWE has acknowledged me a few times. I think they had me one time as 15 superstars that rocked list on WWE.com, and a few other lists. I think, like one of them was like forgettable. What? But yeah, I'm really grateful that WWE still acknowledges my time there and everything. Which I still have friends there that work creatively in the back there, as well as performing talent there as well. So I wish them all the best, and it's great to catch up with them when I can from time to time, and along with my other brothers and sisters in the industry. I got friends in AEW too.
Any social media you want to plug? Any information on if people want to reach you?
Yeah, sure. I'm on YouTube. Just youtube.com @ Maestro on YouTube. I'm on TikTok at Rob Kellum. I'm also on Instagram at Maestro Rob Kellum, and Facebook at Stro the Maestro. And yeah, keep in touch with me. I got merch on sale, and I got a GoFundMe going on as well. You can check it's on there. You can check it out. I'm still paying medical expenses for what has happened to me in the past couple of years, but I'm on a I'm trying to get better, and I'm slowly healing. It's just a slow process, but I just wanted to thank whoever's listening here for this interview. I just wanted to thank everybody for sticking by me and believing in me and believing in the industry and the business and believing in all of us because we love we love you, and I know you guys love us in return. So we're all in this together.